So let's just hit it. And then grab the phone and set the phone up now. I've done this multiple times in the past, and let's do this again. I've done in the past. Micro B card plug. Would you kindly go into the fucking phone? OBS, would you kindly connect to the phone? Now it's connected. Took long enough. Right. And it sits with the different cable. Because I decided to, I have a cable set. I bought like a cable set at some point. And that cable set came with, I think, one 3-meter cable. Or it was one 3-meter cable, one 2-meter cable, one 1-meter cable, and I think a quarter of a meter cable. Something like that. Or it was a 2-meter, 1-meter, half a meter, a quarter meter. It's something like that. It was 4 cables. I need a micro USB cable to connect to my Logitech headset when I'm not in VR. And that cable has been repeatedly failing on me. Spectacularly. So that has been fun to experience, and or not, more precisely. It has been not particularly fun to experience. And I did not want this. It has not been particularly fun to experience. Where they still charge. I still use, I think, the 2-meter cable at my bed. But they don't. They start failing on the data side. I've had this before with with cables that just suffer or break. And you just move them slightly and they start having disconnects. So that's fun. Right, let me switch over to ACC. ACC, I launched you in VR mode. What the fuck are you doing? You shouldn't be in VR mode. You doofus. Huh. So default fucking option is not VR mode. Okay, fine. I hope I've set my wheel rotation. If I didn't know, I have to exit the game again. Yeah, I know this. Cries and Monza is like, well, well, you've had it worse. It's like, for me, it's just I'm burning through micro USB cables like crazy. I don't have any audio now. Hello, game. Would you kindly give me audio? Oh, it. Why did the audio for fuck's sakes work when I launched it in desktop mode? But when I launched it in VR mode, the audio doesn't work. It's like ACC. Like, come on. Why did you decide to do that to me? Okay. Good. Right, let's see if I can find the server. Yes, I can find the server. Oh, I forgot to look up the password. Because I'm racing in a community that I don't usually race in, so they might actually use different passwords. Okay. I mean, passwords don't really matter that much for ACC, especially on SGP, because you can't even enter if you're not on the entry list. Oh, load times have increased. That took longer than before, though granted we're also loading into a session with God knows how many cars at this point already. Right. Very good video recording. What do you mean? Are there any issues? The outputs, no drop frames. Oh, the aspect ratio is completely wrong. Did they fix a bug that was previously there? This is... Well, the thing has previously been with ACC that it, for some reason, in VR mode shipped with a way higher resolution, which has been neat. So I have always been downscaling the image, which meant that ACC was actually at a higher quality than most games, because it runs at 720p on my desktop, right? So... let me just... transform, reset transform. Oh, that's more like 720p. This means the quality is shit across the screen. I guess I have to switch to 900p, I guess, for ACC. I think I also run Alphact on 900p. Video. Let's just briefly correct this. 900p. Apply. Yes, apply. But the resolution does much for me personally, but it does for the viewing experience. So, let's reset that again. Transform. Reset transform. Okay, so we don't have to scale as much. Why do I hear so many cars in my right ear? It's so loud in my right ear specifically. Nah, there I could hear finally a car on my left. Jesus, there's just so many cars. Center to screen. Just making everything show. Right. Nah, I'm not gonna win this for sure. There's 35 minutes right now remaining in the session. How many people on the server? Now let's scroll through. 62 cars right now. Jesus, how loud these cars are. Like, I feel it's so loud, the game. I don't think it actually is, but it feels so loud. Why does the default aggressive preset come with telemetry lab set to 34? Well, that's a bug. Usually these things... And the tire set is at 4? Okay, the aggressive preset isn't bugged. What they're loading as aggressive preset is for sure like a custom setup that a developer made. And it forgot to just fix a couple of values. Well, that's already fun. So, what are the temperatures? It's pretty hot, honestly. There has been notes about it, changes to how the tires heat up, how all of these things work. So, we're running short races, so I can put the brake pads at 1. Put 70 liters in, which will be enough to run half an hour easily, most likely on this track. So, move the brake bar slightly forwards. Anything else that I think is a good idea about with this car? Right, I think these are good ideas on setup. Okay, but first, we have to fix the viewpoint because ACC could... Well, totally not where actually the driver sits. Like, this is one of like the larger deviations in terms of like how far I'm actually away from where the driver sits. Which, that aligns. Where the rear view mirror is mounted is really funny. It's mounted to the side of there. In general, this entire thing is kind of cool. Alright. Do I want to increase my height or something? I think I want to slightly. Let's just slightly move forward still, I guess. So I think these settings, like in terms of viewport, are pretty solid. I have a feeling the car is louder from the outside than from the inside. I'm noticing my overlays are all over the place, they're not in the right spots. I should probably move them, but that's also kind of a pain in the ass, and I honestly need to turn a couple laps of practice. So let's just turn laps of practice. In the dashboard it looks pretty nice. What can I actually do in terms of dashboard pages? It's currently... it has only one page. We can't even switch the page of this dashboard. Jesus Christ, dude. Just drive on the track. There are 60 cars on the server. You just have to drive out. Just drive out. You can't just stay there and wait for people to let you out, okay? In the race they have to also let you out, so...
Yellow flag, be careful.
This feels way closer to R Factor than any car before. Okay, brakes started locking up slightly there. Alright, then it's the... Ooh, there's a bit of twitch on the rear axle. Not wound up to pressure yet. So let's...
Yellow flag in sector 3.
I'm actually under-driving the car on my outlap. Pretty interesting. Usually I would overdrive it. It's kind of... I mean, I'm not having the snap... I haven't driven into a corner hard enough to have the snap oversteer from R Factor from the M6, but I mean, I can produce the snap oversteer from the M6. I mean, it's not that snap, you don't have to. The snap oversteer from the M6. But if you drive the M6 into a corner too fast, the rear end will start coming around on you. So you have to drive it within the limit, and that's the case with the ACC M6. This M4 like feels really like smooth.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
I don't know if it's the M4 or if it's the physics updates. Also, why is it reading air on my dashboard? Whoa, how this loads up. No, it doesn't seem like I got invalidated for that line. I mean, we're in ACC, the line doesn't invalidate you that much. Man, my brakes are cold by the time I reach the other end of the straightaway. So I should probably run more brake deck blanking, honestly. I'm in hot... Another M4 is pursuing me in hot pursuit. I need to remind myself this is an M4, not an M6 anymore. These beamers.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Car on the left, clear on the left.
Calm down, dude. For a second. Like, Jesus, calm down. Yeah, he's gonna probably pass me. Actually, yeah, no, he thinks different of it and decides to back out. It's also an approach to approve of. I'm slow as fuck, it's like in 3 seconds I think off the pace right now.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
To ring it a bit up the hill, but if I reduce the rear wing, it should be easily flat up the hill. So much grip to be found. The tires are quite hot. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely take some rear wing out of the machine. Missing the apex there fairly consistently. Anyone found a use for 6 gear? Someone wrote in the in-game chat. No, I have not. Messed up the turning point there. Guess this car doesn't either display the remaining fuel in the fuel tank. I mean, it has brake bias displayed on the dash. Front right tire's pressure varies so much throughout a lap. It's insane. Ah, that hooked up really well. Let's slipstream this guy. Oh, he's like that.
Car on the right. Yellow flag in sector 3. Clear on the right.
And that's an overshot. Corner. Let's pull over. Okay, right. Man, how far am I done? 24th, not too bad. 2.2 seconds off the fastest car. To get into the top 10 is about a second. Yeah, it's a second. So yeah, that's not too bad. I'm running race fuel. I mean, pressure. The front right has been acting slightly odd. It's been varying highly in pressure on that specific wheel a lot. Alright, we're gonna reduce the rear wing a bit. Well, as the setup is like, for once a spa setup that actually doesn't immediately murder you. Which is, that's progress. Like, I guess all of these settings are fine with the... Guess I could try out a bit less TC in the car. See when it starts biting me, but hey. And perhaps even try higher ABS settings. I'm gonna actually add pressure to the front right, just trying to perhaps contain the issues there. All tires probably need a bit of extra pressure on them. The rears hadn't been gotten too hot on the... So what is actually the statistics on it? Sort of insider wear on all tires. So I guess I'm gonna take some camber out of the car. That's a good idea. Right. So if I'm 3 degrees of camber taken out of the car. Just 0.5. I'll increase it by 1. Go. Well, it's just so stable. There's not really much that I need to do setup wise. It's not doing anything wrong. See how this works out. And drive. Does this car actually have a... Oh yeah. It has, like the Porsche, a fully automatic... I don't know what to call it. It's like it's basic... I think it's a DCT effective. A DCT with automatic clutch control. Like the Porsche GT3 Gen 2. I'm not sure the Gen 1 has it. I think, but I'm not quite sure. I think the Porsche... I know the Audi has it. I know the BMW has it. Not the BMW, the Lambo has it. But which is really neat, especially if you have a mandatory pit stop, because you can just literally have the car on first gear. You don't need to, first gear. You just, as the car comes off the jacks, you press the starter button and have your foot on the throttle. You don't need to feed the clutch at all. You just have the car on first gear and press the starter in, and the thing just rolls off very gracefully, elegantly. Granted, you can get similar effects if you run auto clutch, and also you can pull away pretty fast even if you manually deploy the clutch, or go from neutral to first to get the clutch to get the launch control to deploy on most cars. But why do you need to? If you could just do this. So cool. It's just... on low tire pressures, that corner really kind of tries to take you out of it. It's really interesting, the tire pressure display on the car dashboard switches from yellow to green at 26.5 psi, when the operating range of the tire really is 27.5, like 27.3 to 27.8. Not 8.7, but like that's roughly the operating range for the tire. Still have no clue what the fuck the air means. Air thing on my ALS air.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
I don't know what else would it display. Water? Fire? How we're bending the elements. Earth. So that wall. And the Fire Nation attacked.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Yeah, changing gear costs about 1 kilometer per hour in that moment, and plus any issues with reduced acceleration come along with it, perhaps. Ooh, that corner. That's, I think, the one corner where the TC actually fires. She ain't happy. She ain't happy.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, you can use so much curb. Honestly, so many cars need to be technically. I don't. Nah, it still does weird bounces when I ride there, but like that was also running stupid lines. I don't want to leave them a gap, or do I want to just go wing it? Oh, we're gonna try passing on the brakes.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right.
and promptly
Clear on the right.
promptly proceed to overshoot my corner. I missed here an apex.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag in sector 3.
Zook. Oh, there's some over still. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to a bit more TC. It's just. Ooh.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Yeah, I mean, you've ruined my lap already, so why you're letting me buy it now is a bit beyond me. What is this guy doing? He's just getting a gap. I mean, he's like the 7th fastest car.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
What's interesting is like you can brake so late with this car.
Yellow flag, be careful.
How the hell are you 7th fastest from going so slow? Just missed how much the average was. God damn it.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Really good run up the hill. Though now I'm technically cheating because I'm having a slipstream here.
Slow car ahead.
I lived honestly for this corner a bit too much.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Just a lot of time in no name. Let me try running one click more ABS. I mean, the brakes are really good already on this car. It stops really well. Probably also because it's so fast in a straight line, I have a feeling. I mean, with how much grip it has. You must come to the conclusion that it must be sucking somewhere. As it seems to run out of top speed at some point as well. I have to take this conclusion somewhere. And then I proceed to miss lane 1 completely. But honestly, it's not much slower than my usual line. It's the apex there. So my car hasn't been too great.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful. There's a slow car ahead.
Too much of this here.
Got some light damage on the front of the car.
Let's get off the road briefly. I want to briefly check on my...
Yellow flag in sector 3.
what are they? Sim hub. Oh, that's another screen. Fuck. Oh, that's... Come on, virtual desktop view. Yes, I know, I'm parked next to the track, but I'm at least off the track. I want to briefly check what my... yeah, obviously not in PSI. Alright, well, they are all in between 180... they're all 189. One way or another, so that's kind of funny. Let's just briefly escape back. Okay. Okay, so let me briefly calculate, check out 189 kilopascal in PSI. That's 27.4. We had also had up to this value. Oh. So you're telling me everything between... Yeah, that it's basically enough. So they are all sitting at roughly the same value, about 27.4. A bit on the low side, but that's all fine. It's all good for me in my book. Those are good values. Alright, I'm down the order in 21st, about 1.5 seconds right now of the fastest time. So I'm definitely lacking still. That's Well, I'm not the slowest by any stretch. There's 71 cars now on the server. 71 cars. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. So we know the pressures are about right. You know, we need some TC. Surface price adjustment should make it fine. Maybe I try out a bit more bump stop range on the front. I have a feeling this car can do a bit more on the front end. Respond a bit more. Because the ring end is still not coming around really, mid-corner. It's not trying anything. Car's well behaved there. Already reduced the rear wing by quite a bit. It's a bit struggling out of the corners with weight transfer to the rear. So that's a bit of a struggle with the car, but otherwise it's totally fine with the other settings. So I guess I could try a slight anti-roll bar reduction. Yeah. I mean, we have half an hour in the qualifying session to set a fast lap. Though with how full the track is, we won't probably have many chances here. So I guess let's actually save it as is. No, so not change anything. Run these settings. So this here, if you're at this level, TC as I ran it. So M4 Spa 01. Save. Okay. Now take the fuel out. Reduce the front ARB a bit. Increase the front bump stop range by a bit. To allow the car to move a bit more into the front suspension. Yeah, I think slightly reduce the rear bumps damper. Just to get a bit more rotation onto the rear end on car. Because with the TC on low, it's started having wiggles on power. So that's a decent indication that something wasn't quite right. Yeah, my front tires were actually flat spotted. Gee. That's not good. There were actually flat spots in the tires. So I wasn't feeling anything particularly wrong. I was actually feeling what was happening with the front tires. That the car was starting to lock up. I felt that. Oh yeah, right. I need to grab my water actually. Oh, and I wanted to adjust where my overlay as well. And to do that. Where's my water gone? I don't have it at my... I don't have it here, so I have to actually go. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Right. Also interesting, it displays which tire set you're on the in-car dashboard. I mean, they have done like wet tire sets before, but like which specific tire set you're on, that hasn't been done before. I'm not sure that real covers that as well. Yes, it is. It's been on the character model the entire time. I mean, it is part of the model itself, so I haven't updated the model since starting to use it actually. I mean, this is version 1.1. Because I had done a revision beforehand, because I had first imported it into VRChat, but even before that I had a tail attached to the model. Which the thing is, like, what is actually is, like, the tail is a hair, technically a hair strand. So, that's funny, but that's how technically the hair works, how it's made. Though per default, I mean, the tutorial that I watched is like, was like, hey, the problem is that it would move with your head, but I'm like, well, I'm importing this model anyway into Blender, so I can just re-rig the thing. And guess what I did? So it's attached to a bone that is attached to my spine. It shares it is part of the same mesh that belongs to the hair. Do I have anything else that I wanted to adjust? I can't know, but I need to really quickly move out because I don't think I will beat the group out of the pit lane, which is a problem. Yeah, people just crossing the start-finish line. This is an actual problem. I'm slightly too late to get out of the pits before people starting to blast by. I think I can hear them, but yeah, you can hear them, but you can't see them because the game isn't. Yet now we can actually see one of the cars flashing by. Yeah, there's an entire train of cars. I'm going right out in the middle of traffic. Well, I'm not caring for this stuff. Look, we just have to fucking get out. Mano for mano. Every man for himself. I'm sorry, but I'm just not willing to wait for long. Just to get... I need to get out of here. Just sit behind one of the hot lap, or one of the people on a fast lap, so I'm not caught by anyone on a slow... who was also on a fast lap. Yeah. I mean, it's fairly simple if you look at it. It's literally... it's not too pretty. The advantage is that it has so few polygons that you can easily make it quest compatible. Because let me tell you, like, chopping down the number of polygons on this model to get it to pass within the standards that VRChat defines for quest is insane. You need to chop so many polygons of the damn thing. It is brutal. Like, you feel sorry for your ball. As you strip every single element that was attached to the model out of it. I didn't check what they hadn't changed. Track temp hasn't changed. We don't have much tire pressure though on our first flyer here.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
Should stay in fifth.
There's a slow car up ahead. Yellow flag in sector 3.
I was about to think like, hope he's a bit slow, he's starting to get in my way. And then he lets me by. If you have the right line for that corner, you can take it easily flat. The question is getting the right line. Did I say, like, yes, this is a snippet out of a Radio Le Mans broadcast of a race, actually not a race in that case, of qualifying in that case. Well, it's session dependent. It's like they change an air at every track. At Spa, they're pretty loud and they're extra fucking annoying. When I drove in SIXP, we would have split qualifying, so I'm sitting there for 15 minutes in the pits just waiting for the other session to finish, and you just have this constantly looping in the background. It's just, God, you can see it tear your hair out for over that stuff. It's really annoying. I'm 8th fastest. What the fuck is going on? That's a good run for the Puon. A lot of scrubbing because I missed my marks.
There's a slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Well done, nearly another half a second there. Yeah, 19.7 isn't particularly too fast. I just noticed what my lap time was. When the aliens were doing in practice 18.7, so. So I'm about a second. Enough just to do another attempt there. Also, we can just run car dry for the first time. Just about within track limits there. Oh, thank you. You didn't have to move over. I'm not sure if you got a track cut or something. Ah, I overshot the corner. Down. Got the wiggle on the power. Your low warning comes late on this car. We're down to 2 liters right now. And now the car decides to go, hey, actually the fuel is low, by the way. I mean, it had a fuel low LED from like, I think 4 liters away. There's no fuel pressure display, so we don't see that dropping off. Because ACC simulates that stuff pretty well. I'm mostly just gonna continue, which is wrong technically. Because we don't have enough fuel to complete anything, but I wanna see when the car... how the car runs dry. When we're actually losing power. Maybe we're doing right now. No, it's now. So it really, you can run this thing completely dry. Because there's nothing. This thing is dead. It's like it literally drank every milliliter out of it without any issue. It had no issues whatsoever drinking every milliliter out of the tank. Right, I'm about 7/10 right now of pole position. It's very tight behind me, that's scary, because 11th is within 2/10 of me. Yeah, that's tight. I'm 7/10 down, I'm 5/10 down on the next car, but like, there is down to 11th every car's within 2/10. Yeah, that's scary. Further down the order you have... starts to spread out a bit more. What's like the slowest real pace? It's about 5 seconds off the pace. It's the slowest like real pace. Down in like 50th position. Right. So starts at 4. What do you mean with barely makes a Rouge? What do you mean with barely makes a Rouge? This car works about kill because it's at car barely makes a Rouge. It's like, what do you mean? I don't understand what you're actually trying to get to. It's because it's like the car was making a Rouge easily. I wasn't particularly struggling with a Rouge. No rear end issues. The front end is doing front end things, which you're always up a Rouge getting understeer. It is always the case when you're heading towards Radeon that you're fighting the understeer through. I know there's technically a name for the middle corner from back in the day when the layout didn't have basically a straight line up the hill, but actually just headed over to a hairpin. From back in that day, there's a corner name technically for the middle corner, but you get understeer out of that corner as you go over the hump for Radeon. So you're always fighting that, irrelevant of the car, especially in a front engine car. I mean, Ranger is probably worse actually. In any case, you're always fighting it. There's not really escaping any of it. Do I want to do anything with the setup, honestly? Much. It's like, the car's working fine. He almost went off there. I was like, you always understeer up there. And you always want to straight line it as much as you can. Right. So the fastest ball winkle is now nearly sub 18 right now. Switch the ignition off like an idiot. Forgot I didn't need to feed the clutch in. Force of habit. Force of habit. Because I don't think the car probably even has a clutch pedal down there. Check that in a second. Yeah, the car doesn't have a clutch. You don't have a clutch pedal on at your feet. That's why the car automatically deploys the clutch when you stop. Because I mean, if you're like spinning out, you can't hold the clutch in on your steering wheel most likely. So a car just for stopping does it for you. But you can obviously feed the clutch still manually to pull away with the car. If I end up buying a CSL DD, it will be a massive change in terms of that. Will be massive change. No massive change. It will be. It would allow me with the McLaren rim to actually drive these cars with a hand clutch instead of using my foot clutch. I could literally. I just read in the chat that somebody suggested running brake ducts on 6 or something and turn the wheel less. It's like, yeah, but I mean, the car's kind of fine with how it's running right now. Was my last lap 19.1? Why is my car display displaying then a 19.6 as my fastest time? Oh well, let's improve my time, I guess. There's a couple of places where it can be improved still. There, I think would also help me for me personally with the brakes is generally running a lot of rear brake bias. I mean, generally speaking, that bump that I just called, it felt so much. It's like ACC bumps like that feel usually way more sharp, but this was so much softer and it was basically caught by itself. Like usually you would be dealing with a massive oversteer twitch there. Should have probably got myself a bit more of a gap. This is technically the warm-up lab. Yeah, not as good of an exit out of there up in there. I mean, this is not going close to going out of bounds. ACC, as long as you're touching the curb, it's fine. It's like Alpha 2, that line is close to being out of bounds, but in ACC this is pretty safe. Even for qualifying where the track limits are more aggressive. I should probably move my upshift for this corner a bit later. Oh, overcooked this corner. Ugh. Got some BMW behavior there. He did the beam of 3 minutes. If you enter too quick, the front will stick, the rear won't. And you nearly come around. Ah, that's funny. It's genuinely very funny. No, that's a lap invalidation because I went very far. You just caught up with a slide. And the delay that I'm using is way too high still. I mean, I'm not putting it intentionally in there. Damn, I had a really good exit on my flying lab out of that corner, apparently. It's much quicker into that corner, but not really as quick out of it. Should keep my upshift as usual. I can't abuse the upshift to get my lift that I need for the corner. Now I'm right in the back of this guy. Because I hooked up a couple of corners as well. Not great. Lifted out way too much and then still messed up the exit. God damn it! Ford is not my friend. Let me back out. How much room? I have a lot of room. Okay, he's pulling over. Right, we're gonna go for another attempt. This was such a good lap, honestly. Half a second is in there. Somebody made his car number 911. I like that. Why you didn't make it into the pit entry, I don't understand. If you want to pull over before the start finish line, then just... Oh, wheel spin there, not good exit. Not as good as last time, for sure. Left a bit too much to curving on the insides, they were still up. Move to the right. Not to the right. I move to the left, he moves to the right. It's all adding up.
There's a slow car behind.
Oh, caught some oversteer there. Not as clean as last time, for sure. Yeah, down. Slightly up. Jeez, I gave you guys like so much room. Or are you a fresh pit exiter? Not a good run. Yeah, you're fresh pit exiter. Get out of the way. Not as much curbing taken. This works. Let's go up. Oh, got oversteer there. No! That's really bad. Because there's a long blast down the straightaway here. Where we're flat out. And it's eating the time away. 10th by 10th. Problem is I have a very long pit exit, so...
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Broke way too early there. Yeah, that cost me a lot. Final moments of my lap. Nearly into the 18th, nearly into the 18th. Yeah, we can do one flyer, but that's it. That's all we're gonna be able to do. Open the setup briefly, which should put us on our first set. Right, okay. So, because it takes half an hour to drive a little pedaling. We will comfortably be able to start our flyer, but it's... tires won't be as good. Still, like... I mean, we're very close, actually very close to getting P4 here. We're too far away from P3 in any pole shootout. It's like nearly a second there. And the cars behind look really close. If they improve slightly, they can easily take my position. But these guys have been struggling to get any laps in. Probably because there's so much fucking traffic on track. I mean, one of my hard laps was James Hunt moments. Why in this case? And
Yellow flag in sector 2.
in terms of me now going out to do a final attempt in qualifying, or what else?
Yellow flag ahead. Child in front.
One car behind.
Slow
1
car
second, that's Barker.
ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
Wait, that's Barker. Fuck. Let's get out of his way. So he's by. I have now 5 seconds behind. That's good. Then I overshoot this corner promptly. Why did I do that?
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
So he didn't have too many attempts to break the car? Or so he actually made a proper lap? Alright, 1 minute remaining, starting the final attempt. Excellent exit. Not quite excellent. It's looked for a second very good. Bit down on the speed.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Not the best run up Rouge. When running the title line through the bend there. Because I don't have traffic. It's an improvement. Still oversteer here. But up. Oh, and lost everything in no name. Fuck. I'm still not making this apex for some reason. I just can't get there. I'm not having the turning. Need to explore running a tighter line. Last time we had an oversteer wiggle here. This time around we don't. Just take the car flat out.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
2 tenths up already. When under pressure and frustrated. That's a bit too relatable. It's a bit too relatable.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
Not as good of an exit there, but an improvement.
Session is now over.
P4, baby, P4. 6 tenths down on pole position.
Landing by Lichten.
And that is on a first flyer. This is not with the tires up to the proper pressures, up to the proper temperatures, This is just first lap flyer. And still outperforming. So this is fucking bonkers. That is genuinely really nice. But yeah, we're not, at least not starting in the middle of the field, which is, that's a positive. That's all. Right, we need to calculate a bit of fuel. Burn. We're burning about 4 liters per lap. We have 4 minutes to do fuel math. This is a 30-minute race, both of them are 30-minute races. Right, okay. We have to calculate for a 30-minute race. Right. Okay. So we are lapping about peak to 18. I don't think we will lap that in the race. Yeah, it's nice. So it's nice for the math. A lap is 2.3 minutes. That's just over 13 laps. So we'll give a 14 plus 1 for the formation, plus 1 extra to make sure we'll actually finish. Which means we'll probably finish with 2 laps worth of fuel on the tank. And then 4 liters. 64. Right. The calculator has spoken. You're taking 64 liters. 64 liters. Now, what I'm also gonna do is briefly save my setup. Temperatures are still the same. These things look the same, right? It's all good. So let's save this and then put the correct tire on. So we had run tires at 5 already. That was our last run in qualifying. Now I'm gonna put tires at 6 on the car. Right. Okay. Hold on. I mean, I'm still 6/10. I'm not actually 6/10 slower than Bullwinkle. Qualifying. What was Bullwinkle's time? I was 2/10 down in the first sector, and about half a second down in the middle sector. My final sector was about a 10th down. So yeah, the first sector was quite not good, honestly. Middle sector is only not good against the really fast guys, and our final sector is also not good against the really fast guys, so you go figure. I mean, probably we have a lot of people delayed with how they've been qualifying. Right, but Bullwinkle got out qualified by Webster by less than a 10th. So yeah, I mean, Bullwinkle was who I was fighting for a position in the qualifying session for the 4 hours of Silverstone. Was the other KTM that I was fighting there, and yeah, no pit stop. I didn't expect to do one in half an hour. And okay. Let's jack the car back up. Oh, it put me on tires at 7. Whatever, we're gonna run tires at 7 then. We can jump off the jacks because the tires do hold more. But if tires will hold more longer the temperature actually than previously. Because of the physics changes. That's one of the things that is happening. Which means also if you spin or have like starting to have oversteer twitches, this is just gonna compound the issue of overheating your tires, which is probably gonna lead to more issues. There's another pink car behind me. I just noticed. Who would it be? Must be like Herzog or something. If I look at the car number.
Stay single file.
Or HC, or however that Polish name is pronounced. I keep forgetting I don't need to use the clutch to pull away. Too far forward. Yeah. standing on... Ah, now it's finally building temps in the brakes. So tires hold temperature for longer. But they also take longer to heat up, so... There's that. It's gonna be really interesting if I with next week's GT4 race. On Tuesday... Wednesday, technically, for me. Because we're gonna have a lot of... Honestly, at these temperatures, there isn't really a point in wiggling really much. Like, these tires are gonna be up to temps easily. It's just get the brakes hot so the brakes just feed the tires for the temperature. So we just keep the tire temp high. Car's quite fuel hungry at 4 liters, though I'm not sure how much fuel most cars burn around the circuit. I think the MUQU was under 4 liters, and the MUQU is like one of the hungriest in terms of fuel. Don't quote me on that, I'm not quite sure what my fuel numbers of the MUQU were. I'm not sure how much capacity this car actually has. Let's actually check that. Oh yeah, you can't add fuel in this race. Right, they disabled your fueling in this race. So I can just check how much fuel tank capacity this car has. I mean, I could ask SimHub, but opening SimHub up while I'm driving is not particularly conducive of me driving. Yeah, I mean, in the GT, I only really do it in combination with braking with the GT4s, because the GT4s don't have tire blankets, so you have no temps in the tires whatsoever. So you have to, within your formation lab, build whatever tire to pressure you're gonna need. It's like you have to work this hard, and I obviously then wiggle quite hard, which is bringing the car right at the edge of adhesion, which is a bit scary. Right, Fab. Also, we're gonna go double file soon, so let's just switch over to having all my settings applied correctly. So we're back on the correct ABS, correct on the correct brake bias. And we're still on field map 1, as we should be. When are we oh yeah, right, this is...
Stay double file.
Right, we go very late at Spa into double file because we're starting on the downhill slope. Forgot, right. Yeah, because this is the 24-hour layout of Spa. Starting on the downhill slope.
Green light. Go, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Just slightly lift on the outside line there. To immediately into battle, Bullwinkle into the lead there. I'm gonna drop back to the racing line. the white Beamer completely off the road. Somebody's taking fags. I mean, with 80 cars, it's surefire that there's an accident gonna happen up the hill. It's surefire. There's just no way around it. So those two are fighting. Well, if I can get myself into position, I can join this. I don't like how my car's looping the off-roading sound, which is debris in the not debris. I mean, now we'll kick some dirt in there. Like stuff was being thrown into the wheel arch by the tire. It's very unusual to have that in a
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Continuing to make noise, which is really odd. Man, that rear view screen of the beam was like really nice. And honestly, like the left side mirror setting is also pretty good, though it's probably not too useful because it should probably be pointing more outwards to show more of the track to the left of the car. Rather than what it's doing right now, which is to just
Yellow flag in sector 2.
show the immediately. Right, okay, onto the straightaway, but the car behind is only 0.2 seconds, so it's probably gonna launch an attack here. I couldn't quite break away from him, really. Look at the run.
On the right.
No change of position ahead.
Well done, mate. This has been your first quest.
And now you've lost your opportunity to pass me down that more straight here. Except I fuck up Rouge, which totally is possible. Which I quite honestly do quite a bit. So isn't that actually so far out of position either? Right there's a lapped car on the way. Jesus, this guy's like he can, as always, like everybody can just brake later than me for some reason. And I just cannot add up why. Well, that's the case.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Maybe because I run more slow in, fast out. But I mean, he's keeping up out of the exits as well pretty well. Got a massive twitch there. That's so easy to control. Yeah, let's get to the rough out. I mean, now I'm really like just cannon faller at this point. I'm gonna go side by side through. Launch and once. He decided to be wise and back out of it. Man, there's a massive battle for the lead there, but I'm just not quite fast enough to keep up with them. And I have my own train of like BMWs that are falling up behind me.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
And then I brake slightly later and I'm already like off the corner. I wasn't quite sure if he's actually behind me or not. And then I missed this apex because the front end doesn't quite get to the apex. And it just wasn't quite enough to get to the apex of the corner. Quite a bit fighting the front end to do what it's supposed to do. Ah, why do I get an oversteer switch there again? I'm not driving the best here, am I? Mr. Gang is not particularly amused to be watching this pink car in front of him.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left.
Thank you.
Clear on the left.
Ah, he's gonna lose a position now.
Car on the right.
It was a wise idea for me to open the inside line to not get taken out there. By Helzer coming by. Jesus, he had a really good run up the hill there. And I got railroaded to the inside line there. Hello there.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Valiant effort, I will give you that. Please fight behind me a bit more. I would appreciate not to have somebody stuck up my gearbox for like a couple of seconds so I can breathe. Jesus, the amount of understeer I just got there. I mean, tires are pretty hot. Honest to God. I might try out reducing my front brake ducts. For the next race. They were quite a bit off. I might need to try reducing the brake ducts down to 6. Might help. So I'm running 5 with the pad type 1, which is probably a bit too aggressive from the front. The rears seem to be quite fine. A bit warm, most likely from the oversteer switches that I've been getting. So that's totally within design specifications. I need to also look if I get flat spotting or anything. I mean, this is like now the longest run I'm gonna do on these tires the entire day, so it's that I have done the entire day. That's a bit wide. Yeah, that is out of bounds, but it didn't give me a track limit warning. Right now he's going my inside. And I slide out because I'm off the racing line now.
Clear on the right.
Down to P4. With qualifying, it wasn't particularly too surprising. Assumption that probably a lot of people didn't get quite their best lap in, or were still working on their setup for the session. And the car's new, so there's a lot of people who rely on doing 10 hours worth of setup work that don't have 10 hours worth of setup work on this car yet. So, yeah. Boy, the slipstream here is strong. Gonna go defensive. What? You can held slides like that? Jesus. I'm not surprised he hit me, but like, I'm more surprised that I could hold this car easily with this. Such an impact usually is immediately death sentence. You're not holding it. But this car is just like, I don't know. It's not that I tanked it. I don't know. I need to try other cars. I definitely need to load something else up after these races and try stuff. Because I'm not sure this physics update might have actually made these cars so much... Because people have said that there's more grip now. In general, there's more stability and stuff, and it's like you can drive these cars technically without our TC turned on. Like that's doable apparently now, because there's so much grip you can actually turn it off and be fine. And that's a lapped car. That's P58. We're coming up to lap, which isn't too bad, honestly. We're in the top 5 here, and we're just about coming up to lap P58 out of like 70 cars. And frankly, the 12 other cars that are behind this guy have probably DNF'd. So honestly, that means he's not probably that bad. Though, well, yeah, I mean, it's only half an hour race and you're getting lapped up in 15 minutes. So let's face it, he probably had a shit start and got collected or something.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Yeah, I was about a second slower than Gang in front of me. Pretty sure I'm locking up a bit through this hairpin as I'm trying to slow down. Not quite. That's good. Nah, I'm gonna clear the guy before he's even getting anywhere close to the pit exit. Right, 13 minutes still remaining. And this race is just turning out long. Felt more like half an hour so far. That's not because it's not fun or dragging or anything. You don't need to stop to let people by. Just you should start stopping if you get to like the midfield and stuff. Because there it will be just at that point you're so slow it's just okay. Just ran a bit too wide there. It's fine. It's all within limits. Not really. But like, you get the point, I can get away with something like that. As long as I don't do it like 3 times in a row. Please don't stop through a rouge. It would be very painful if you do so. Just please drive through a rouge. Normal, like a normal human being. Nice. Okay. Now just give me a bit of suck and I'm by you. I don't even know where the rev limiter is in this car.
Clear on the left.
Car mine lost quite a bit of time. I'm about 8 seconds right now behind Webster and Bullwinkle. Not great, but not terrible. A bit early there. I guess it's because those two guys are fighting man.
Yellow flag, be careful there. There's a slow car behind.
Ah, it's... Oh, the back pockets must have run off the road. I know what happened with the cars behind their pathwing. That's why they haven't called up, but I mean, there's still 7 minutes on the clock. They still have a chance to get back to me. Which that's a bit scary. Actually, I just realized something that's bugged on the display of the car. The last lap, best lap is not correct. It will always show the last lap as the best lap. Well, that's a bug. As you can see, lower you should read best lap. But well, it's clearly the last lap, because my best lap is a... Let me buy before Roche?
Car on the left.
Thanks.
Clear on the left.
Greatly appreciate that. Yep. I mean, Headstock has just taken like half a second out of me in the last lap. That's not good. I don't know. The car isn't really giving me much more than I can take out of it. Like if I push any harder, the car just understeers. I'm truly at the limit really what this car will give me. No, that was the best lap. Suddenly. So yeah, consistent race paces. Oh, Herzog has a fucking rifle. Well, he must have cut the track a few more times. Well, that's a bit of a bad line. What the hell? 4 laps of fuel remaining. There's really only 2 laps remaining in the race. Yeah, I mean, this is the final lap. As predicted, we would have 2 laps worth of fuel left. Predicted before the race even started. Bullwinkle! That was Bullwinkle! What happened there? I didn't pay attention. Bullwinkle must have spun. I mean, he spun. I know, I just lapped the car on the yellow flag, but he just let me by, so there's not like much I can do. When the car in front decides to just... What the fuck is that name? I mean, the name tag is basically blurred out because it's too long. 3P Evolution and .de Bash Shaker Systems. Hello!
Clear on the right.
Welcome for breaking the fucking name box. Let's just get to the finish line at this point. I assume Webster perhaps ran him over, or Bullwinkle spun on his own. It's not possible. Let's see, actually, I want to see that. Podium for wow. Yeah, podium. First race of the Beamer on a podium. Webster celebrating here. Pull over. Right, I'm not doing much more. This is enough. Jesus. Oh, it shows in purple on the in-game HUD. I mean, it's not shown to the stream, but like, hello, could I get my cursor? Hello, you fucker. Just give my keyboard back. Yeah, Webster having the fastest lap is listed with that. With purple. Yep. So load up the replay. Okay. So we need a different car. That's the Bullwinkle. Final lap. Oh, here on the back of the Bass Shaker guy. Oh, and then gets clipped by him. So a fucking back marker took him out. I don't think guessing that much, but like a back marker took him out. Man, that sucks kinda. Oh, and he escaped off the server completely. It's like he straight up rage quit the server. Like, okay. I mean, you made a misjudgment here when you ran the back of him there. And then you basically ran him off the road there. Yeah, I mean, he was off the road, but like he's gonna rejoin, so you need to kind of give the guy room to rejoin him again. So yeah, that kind of sucks. All right, let's get back here. Quit the replay again. Setup. I'm slightly curious. How did my tires do? 7 light graining on the front, which is about as not surprising as anything. That my tires slightly grained on the front. I mean, I was fighting them quite a bit to get them to work. So what we're gonna do next race is open up the brake ducts on the front. Slightly increase the pressures, I guess. I mean, I can do that already in the setup. I mean, people suggested brake ducts at 6, and I was running them at 4. I just noticed. But yeah, I was running brake ducts at 4. Damn, we're gonna go up to 5. Brake ducts. TC and ABS is fine. I'm gonna slightly increase the brake tire pressure. Nah, not that much. Let's just go with 0.1 psi. Okay, let's open up slightly. Front. Okay. What else is remaining? Fresh tire set, I guess. 64 liters is good. And maybe decrease actually the steering ratio. Though I was struggling already to make my apexes with normal steering ratios, I guess. Problem is the bit turning on the car is not too great. So let's try. Reducing the front dampness a bit again. Increasing the bump stop range on the front again. Slightly increasing the brake press. You know, all these things just to get the car to bite a bit more on the front. Yeah, I think this is a couple changes on the setup. This should improve the car a bit. Right. Spark setup 3. Okay. And we're, yeah, it seems Bullwinkle rage quit after the previous race. What happened there? Excuses. Somebody doesn't know. Where's this? Oh, Julian Bell there, right. He was actually a P7 in qualifying, so he isn't even like back in the pack, someone who gets taken out. So this crash must have been very early on. I didn't check that on the replay while the start went. Should have probably done that, honestly. Right, where's my water gone again? Water, where are you? Hello, water, where the fuck did this water bottle go? There! An orange water bottle on a wood floor can kind of hide itself very well. Yeah, right, okay. Boonatix is back in P13. I don't know where he finished.
30 seconds.
Right. Oh, I forgot to cycle again into the pit menu to get fresh tire temp. But oh well, we'll have slightly lower temp in the tires. Not too much of a problem. I can just change that very quickly. Right, let's go.
Going single file.
I guess also the guy that started to the right side of me also quit, so we're up to... Instead of starting in P4, I'm now starting in P... Jesus, this car's going to oversteer a bit. I want to get some time control brakes and tires up. Yeah, I can't do much turning because the car will immediately start snapping and oversteer. Slightly reduced the fuel consumption there. Well, it's gonna matter much. Sorry. I mean, for the most part, I'm following the car in front instead of anything else. I was just thinking, like, how far... Man, I mean... where is he actually? He must have been, like, very far down the order. Where is it? Okay, I fought last race. Fuck. I'm so terrible with names. So terrible with names. The guy that fought me last race, he's not even, like, in the top 10, I think. He's not even gonna start at the top 10. Oh, yeah, slightly out of position. Let's pump back temperature into the brake duct. This car for once, like, actually gets quite a bit of, like, temperature into the rear brakes. It's pretty easy to get a rear front brakes actually getting neglected slightly, which is interesting. Though, I mean, I did increase the front brake ducts, though it's very usual to run brake ducts higher on the front than the rear by like 1 click. Let's fucking go. I mean, as soon as he grabs some clean air, he's just gonna run. Pretty clear. Especially if I struggle to just get into turn corners at all like that. I'm now a sitting duct with Jim behind. He's right up my rear bumper right now.
Yellow flag is sector 2.
With the left side mirror, it's really like objects in the mirror appear closer than further away than they actually are. Seeing the BMW in your left side mirror, well, shit. So in difference compared to last race where will be, it seems most of the front running group hasn't decided to die off death immediately, so those should probably start picking up me off fairly quickly. So stupid from me. Missed the apex completely there. Such a massive understeer. Jesus, how much understeers. Ooh, that was close. Making now half a second up the road. Oh god. Understeer so hard up the hill. They didn't get a track cut, but got so slow that I'm getting past right now on the outside there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag in sector 3.
Gonna relinquish this position as easily as the previous one. Ah, there's so much understeer.
Warning for exceeding track limits.
Oh, that's not great. Just doesn't respond despite my changes. I probably would have needed to soften this front suspension, the front springs actually, and the front ARB further to get the car to respond. Oh yeah, and perhaps increase the rake. I don't know.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
Cost myself a lot of time out of that section.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Yeah, I mean, this car you can really abuse the curbs with. You can still get these like odd ACC bumps that you find sometimes in the curbing, but you can actually control them. Ah, that's another cut.
You're given a warning for exceeding
Fuck.
limits.
It's not good. I've already 2 collected.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Actually, I matched the car on front. Oh, I just ran to the rev limiter. That's not good. Pay attention while you're driving. Finally, sub 20. Wasn't able to do that in race 1. Just did it in race 2. But, well, the competition is stiff. Yeah, and we out. Ah. Fully off there. Caught too much curbing on the inside. Not good. At least not a further track cut added. It is just an invalidated lab. Might have evolved my setup into an evolutionary dead end. Halfway to go. Still too blurry. Well, I mean, the thing is, you're watching technically a 900p recording, and then the bitrate is great. Hey, I mean, if you're used to like 4K screens, then yeah, it's blurry. You use the 4K screen without blurry. If you use the 1080p screens without like fucking crisp as fuck. What I'm recording is 900p stretched up to 1080p. Oh, come on. Woo! I don't know what this guy did, but he just switched on the turbo. Like, he gained like a second in the last lap. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. He came out of nowhere and suddenly he's stuck my ass.
We are halfway through, not over yet. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Stepped up TC because of the amount of... Ah, that's not good. Ooh, okay. No track cuts, just an validated lap. All good, all good. Continue on. Also, I need to experiment with turning temporal aliasing off, because that adds a shimmer to the car that is very odd. Especially like in third-person camera, it's really noticeable. Damn, how much later this guy brakes first go. Oh, come on. Ooh, good. Oh, good. Ah, come on. 12 minutes on the clock still. Ooh. It's iffy. So that's good. Actually, within track limits. Yeah, this guy seems to be just very fast into one corner on the track. Or he's been fucking up the other ones. Otherwise he's very fine. Brakes? Got nothing there. Brakes just didn't show up to the race still. Oh, that's fun. I love that.
Sometimes the car in front in sector 3.
Yeah, if I lose completely all braking entering the final corner, it's very fun.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Why it does that? He's got a really good run out of there. And he's lagging closer and closer.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I'm expecting him to dive bomb me once into this corner at least. But he didn't take this opportunity to do so. Yeah, the turning of the car is just up there. My turning grip is just not quite good enough. He has significantly better turning grip. I'll get the car to rotate into the corner. Despite my quite aggressive rear brake bias. I mean, I'm nearly 3% off where it starts off with. And now he's pretty close, so he's gonna have a shot into the final corner, and I have to brake early because I'm not trusting my brakes to not fuck up again. Do I want to go defensive? I'm gonna stick to the outside. Luckily he didn't stay in the throttle there because he would have spun me. But again, these are hits like that you usually can't survive. And I'm taking them and surviving them. I don't know, did they improve the netcode with the physics update as well? Or did the update to the physics engine fix the massive problem of people just wrecking each other constantly? Because they slightly tap each other. Yeah. That's... I don't know to what you're actually dang, but okay. I appreciate that you might be enjoying yourself. Actually, we have another beamer joining us, a pink one. Oh, I missed this apex again. Car's not particularly a fan of negotiating these corners. Missed another apex there. Car in front is a lapped car. Right. There's the rev limiter again there. Seems to be that we have like 3 laps to go at this point, including this lap. That's position 31. We weren't lapping that many cars in race 1. But I guess maybe a lot of people left in between the two races. But, I mean, you still have the cars that are lagging forward at times in the netcode. Where you can't quite predict anything. Honestly, I'm quite pleased with my network connection. Though I haven't done like really stability tests. But after having to restart my computer before even starting the stream, which was why I ran late slightly, because I decided to mess up the network config immediately completely when I switched networks. It was... seems to be working. He always loses out again. It's so weird. He's like good in a couple of corners and then he just can't keep up in the others. I have a feeling he might just be overdriving the entries. Like me now. Yeah, precisely actually like me. Like both of us messed up that corner. Yeah, when I overshoot my corner. I don't know what that min stands for on the dashboard. Right now it's 26. Oh, that's the minutes in the race actually expired. It just ticked over to 26 when we went under 4 minutes to go. I don't know if it's race or stint. Maybe race the total, but like... it's not the start of this... it's not time of day. Because that's 35 minutes because of the outlap. So that's actually race time. So it's not showing time remaining in the race, which would actually be useful. Right, cars in front actually battling for position. Oh no. And ooh, fucking hell. Both of us going... I don't know where he went, but like I think both of us just completely went avoiding action when we saw that. Pretty sure that guy was not holding his brakes when he started to dart to the right. But that cost me now quite a bit of time, which means our opponent is actually right in my gearbox. He's too close. He has to sacrifice the run.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
He just about pulls it up. Couldn't get down the power on the exit there. Too much wheel spin, the guy. Stop for this corner again. Accelerate out. He's again close, so he might have a shot here. He was fully off the track there. Boy oh boy. Let's see, he has the run. He's not gonna make it. He doesn't have the best run for this corner. So he's actually not close enough on his favorite corner to make a land on me. Oh, and the guy in front of us commits death as well. Where is he? Where is he? A pillar completely covered him up through the corner. Just move. There's a battle. And you're clearly struggling to just keep the car straight, so just get out of the way. Let the other guys also buy. Come on. Nah, that sucks. I mean, it's good for me because I can easily cruise to another podium if I don't mess up colossally like here. Again. This should be fine. There's just a couple of seconds remaining on the clock. There's the leader. Oh, we have an extra lap! I did not calculate what average lap time we have to hit to get there, but when I calculated with 2 minutes 18, it was just about 14 point something laps. Just about over 14 laps. Or was it 13? I don't know. Forgot the math. I know that we have enough fuel, which is the very important part. Do we have enough fuel to finish the race? Yes. Yes, we do. We have more than enough. Now he has a really good run. Look at that.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ah, I couldn't make it stick.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Couldn't make it stick either. Ah, that's annoying. Did not expect him to actually make the corner with how late he braked into Lecombe. That sucks. Ah, I didn't have traction out of here. Back the drive. And if I stay close, I have one more attempt. Not if I get a bobble here. Hey, why is the race finish screen coming up when we aren't even finished?
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Hello, game? Why do you bring this up? We're still racing.
Yellow flag. Be careful.
Oh, he just about got the drive, I guess. But I mean, the game in general flagged us. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. The game switched into the...
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Ah, that's a bit annoying with the last lap pass there. What happened there with the game? I think the game timed us out in terms of that. But also, I think he beat us anyway to the line by like millimeters. Let's load that up briefly. Although I'm not sure I can pull out the replay camera required for this really. That's the timing line. Although he's lagging, so it's just not quite clear there. I mean, he lags forward and then lags backwards. Right as we cross the line, so it's really not clear. Let's try. Can I pull this off? Function F7. Okay, this is... Do you allow me to move at all? Yeah, I can move. Okay, that works. I can't rotate, but I can move. And that's enough. I'm gonna reduce speed. I mean, tell me, who won here? Could we stage a better photo finish than this? Oh, I switched session. Oh, I couldn't save the fucking... I couldn't save the replay, but damn. Yeah, there was a maximum race length timeout. That hit, most likely there, right? Yeah, but I couldn't save the replay, which isn't great. But at least I got that shot. That must be on the stream of like the cars just being there lined up. It'd be like, that is such a dead heat. That's insane. Right, let's escape off. Right, I've saved at least the setup, so that's good. So, I mean, the racing is done. Yeah, I mean, he probably got anyway counted in front because the race ended like when we headed out of campus because the game bugged out. But well, that's that. I want to try some different cars briefly because of the changes to cars in general. So I want to just try some different cars briefly. What car do I want to drive briefly to test some stuff? Do I want to drive the Porsche? Okay, I think I'm gonna drive the Porsche. I think I have also a setup on this on Kyalami, although I could select a different track. I have also a setup most likely for. So it's probably a better idea to not load a setup and instead go to back to default. Right, what track do I want to use? Let's actually go to Sandwood, I guess. Yeah, that's still loaded quick, but the other server, like, that took a minute. How hot is it? Yeah, that should be fine. Change that. I assume those settings are also fine. Brake bar should be fine on the set, honestly. Yeah, I think these... Man, there's so much more camber you can put on this car, honestly, on the front. Like, it sits at minus 4.0, and you can go up to minus 6.5. And going down to 2.5, minus 2.5, but it sits at 4.0 for default. Right. I think the tire pressure are probably fine for these conditions. So let's hit drive also.
Green light, go, go, go.
100 Porsche number. Ooh, okay. That's not ideal. So they do bite, so they do still bite. It's very light, the car. Okay, I have to pedal the car quite a bit to get it around the corner. Ah, come on. Overshot that corner completely. I'd say this car pretty much behaves still very similar to how it previously behaved. Not much change there. I have a feeling you can really abuse the curves more. You can really abuse the car, however. Oh, ooh, my tires are completely overheating. Just noticed. Like I'm cooking the left side tires absolutely. This is really the case in hot conditions. You have to drive slow to not cook the tires to death. I mean, I'm gonna see how the Porsche handles on Friday again. Oh, and it's the apex there. It's a lift. Let's get around. Okay, but the left side tires are absolutely cocked. Those left side tires are so done for. It's not even that hot. Like, it's only 27 degrees Celsius. And the car just cooks them completely. That's gonna be really interesting with ACC now. It's like tire temps are an actual fucking issue. And this thing wasn't like running crazy levels of like brake duct, crazy low levels of brake duct blanking. I mean, it was running hot in terms of high in terms of the pressures as well, but like, man, those temps are still like very high, considering that should not be quite this high usually. Previously, this was not particularly too much of an issue. No, they just keep getting hotter and hotter. And I quite like the Beamer when I drove it. So yeah. Where are you? The M4. M6. M4. Right. Okay. That's enough driving. Now let's say. Okay. Let's back out of the game again. New scene, serious not. Right. Okay. I did not ask for you. Right. Okay. We're done with the race. That was a decent success, I would say. Finished on the podium for the first race, finished 4th for the second race, after getting passed on the final lap. Oh yeah. I'm looking at the stint plan right here for how for 24 hours that I'm running on Saturday. That's it's hilarious. Yes, the Capcom beloved. Oh man, this is just a fucking memes page, effectively. It's just one massive shit post. This is funny as well. Right. Okay. Then let me grab these things here. Switch this on. Alright. Okay. So percentage I have 60% right now left. Yeah, just some professional tips. Strategy notes. Yes. Yeah. The memes are the strategy notes. Right. Okay. So that's been the race. I enjoyed myself driving this car. Didn't quite enjoy as much the Porsche, but I have a feeling also that car became more stable. It didn't quite handle well around Sanford just now. Didn't feel quite right, but it might be because I haven't driven Sanford that much. It's honestly, let me think. I think it's the only track in ACC I haven't driven in competition yet. I know I've driven Misano. I know I've driven... God, I've driven basically all of the tracks in some form of competition before. But I don't think I've driven This track, actually. I don't think I've driven Sandford, actually, in a race. Right. Okay. Okay. Can I manipulate it with my hands? Yes, my hand has a collider with my ear. Obviously it does. I'm just too stupid to use it correctly. Yeah, the hand surface has a bit of a collider now. Let's see. Whoop. Right. Okay. Well then. Let's end this stream. It's been long enough. It's been very enjoyable. My switch over to using a Wi-Fi repeater in the yellow room seems to be working well. Though I have not permanently wired myself. I have not bought a switch, so it's just I'm directly right now plugged into there. I have unplugged the server, so I can. And I've noticed that the 7-meter cable that I bought was slightly short. It was just about enough to run, but boy, it's not nice. I would probably need a slightly longer if I would wanted to make a permanent run there. This is not permanently maintainable. But it works for now, and it works for races, so I don't have to rely on my failing Wi-Fi stick. I have to rely still on Wi-Fi, but, well, I have to. And honestly, the speed is also better. It's like when I did a speed, it's like when I last did a speed test on my, when I set up the 5 GHz on my Wi-Fi stick, it was like 80 megabytes down per second, and now I can get like the full network speed. I haven't done network testing in terms of other devices, but hey, it seems to be faster. Which is good. Right. So then, that's that. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're still here. Bye bye.